Gita, chapter 2, text 48. Kim tarhi, so what? Or Kim tarhi is like, then what? Like, yogastha guru karmani sangam tyakva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo vasamam yoga uchyate. योगः परमेश्वर एक परता तत्र स्थितः कर्माणि कुरु. Yoga means Param Ishwar Ek Parata. Ek Parata is like only focused, one pointed, undivided attention. Yeah. So, yeah, Ek Parata. And so, Tatra Sthitaha, being situated in that Ek Parata unto the Parameshwara, Karmani Guru, one should perform uh, the actions. Ek Parata is like Ananya also.
Yeah.
तथापि संगम कर्तृत्व अभिनिवेशम त्यक्त्वा केवलम ईश्वर आश्रयेण एव कुरु. Moreover, तथापि sangam, basically attachment, which is kartritva abhinivesham, uh, absorption or attachment in being the doer. So giving that up, tyaktva, kevalam ishvara ashrayena eva kuru. Ishvara ashrayena. Perform the actions being situated in the shelter of Ishvara only. Tat phalasya.
Maybe this is a Karmadharya with Ishvara as one's only shelter.
Ishvara ashraya. Ishvara yasya ashraya tena.
Yeah, Ishvara is the Ashraya, and he's the only Ashraya. So Kevalena, Ishvarena, Ashrayena.
Kevalena, Ishvarena.
Ashrayena. Like they're all.
No, but if that was the case, then Kevalam wouldn't have been.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I skipped the But is Kevalam is also an Avya, isn't it?
Yeah.
So then we wouldn't say Kevalena, but we would say Kevalam Ishwarena, Ashrayena.
It's masculine.
Oh.
It's masculine.
I could swear.
Kevalam Ishwar Ishvara ashrayena.
Maybe it's being used as an adverb here.
Ishvara, Ishvara. Kevalam. Okay, this is like Kevalam Ishvara Yasya Ashraya Yena. No, Kevalam Ishvara Yasya Ashraya Saha Yaha Tena Eva Kuru. Like that. That only Ishvara is Ashraya of whom?
Yeah.
One whose
Something
only
like that.
refuge is Ishvara. Ashrayana Eva. Cool.
But it's not a Bahuvrihi, is it? Because it's saying do the karma with the Ishvara, with Ishvara as your only shelter. It's not referring to the person.
So do
You know
the
what I
karma.
mean?
Yeah, do the karma.
With Ishvara as your shelter.
With Ishvara as your only shelter.
Yeah. But I'm wondering what Kevalam here. I mean, we can understand, it's fairly clear just from the context, but the word Eva has the implication of only, Ashrayana Eva.
I believe Eva is more connected with Kuru here and came up with the samasa Ishvara Ashrayana.
Okay.
So Ishvara Ashrayana is like one who has taken shelter only of Ishvara, Kevalam, and being in that position, only one should perform like that.
I see. Okay.
Eva. तत्फलस्य ज्ञानस्य अपि सिद्ध्यो हर्ष विषादयो समः भूत्वा केवलम् ईश्वर अर्पणेन एव कुरु. तत्फलस्य किं फलस्य और कस्य फलस्य सन्नं कृत्वा धनञ्जय
Karmani palasya, karma palasya.
Oh, karma plus jnanasya bhi. Okay. Because karma leads to jnana in that sense.
And the fruits of that jnana also.
So tat phalasya jnanasya api. Actually, api means tat phalasya is different and jnanasya is different. It acts like cha here, isn't it?
Yeah, I was reading it as also.
Yeah, so
Like
tat
the fruit.
phalasya is karma phalasya and jnanasya is of knowledge also.
Yeah.
Siddhyo harsha vishadayo samah bhutva, being equal sama in siddhi and asiddhi, in perfection, victory, and in loss, asiddhi, in happiness and in lamentation. Then kevalam ishvara arpanena eva kuru. Oh, does that mean ashrayana is arpanena? Kevalam ishvara.
Go ahead, sorry.
Kevalam ishvara arpanena eva kuru. So perform the karmas by offering the actions to unto Ishvara only.
Mm-hmm.
Eva Kuru is like do perform, or certainly perform the actions in that way. यतः एवं भूतं समत्वम एव योग उच्यते सद्भिः. Because such samatvam, how would you say samatvam?
Equalness, equanimity.
Yeah, equanimity, equalness is known as yoga by the sadbhihi, by the learned, by the devotees.
Mm-hmm.
Chitta samadhana rupatva, because it is the form of samadhana is like a solution.
Is it like control?
Yeah, reconciliation.
Yeah, like
Chitta
having everything
samadhana.
in order.
Yeah, fixing the mind, justification.
Yeah.
Like in India, samadhan is like also solace is a good word.
Say again.
Solace as well
Solace.
is, yeah.
Mm.
So chitta samadhana.
It's
Because
the
it
same.
leads.
It's the same root in everything and upasargas as samadhi, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So it's the form of basically samadhi of the consciousness or of the mind of the heart. Samadhana. Because by being equal, sama, having that quality, it leads one's consciousness in trance, so to say.
Yeah.
Chitta samadhana yoga.
Because you're no longer pulled one direction or the other by the
Yes,
siddhi and asiddhi.
and that's why sadbhi yoga uchyate.
Mm.
Kamyam tu karma ati nikrishtam iti aha.
Mm.
Kamyam tu karma. And those karmas which are kamya karmas. Kamya is like sakam karma.
Yeah.
With a desire.
Mm-hmm.
So such karmas are ati nikrishtam. Low, very lowly. And that's why Krishna is saying, Durena yavaram karma. Avaram karma. Buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddhau sharanam anvichya anuj kripanaha padahetava. Buddhya vyavasayatmikaya kritaha karma yoga buddhi yoga. So karma yoga done with the help of buddhi or done in a focused way, let's say like that.
Yeah, that's how I was reading it.
Yeah, in a focused way, in a more resolute way, that is buddhi yoga. Actually, I'm remembering that done work perform in intelligence with Krishna consciousness, something like that, in Upadesha Amrita. You remember that statement, Prabhupada?
Say one more time.
The shloka is Utsaha Nishchaya Dhairya. So Prabhupada defines Utsaha in the purport as work done with intelligence in Krishna consciousness is Utsaha. Something to that extent. Similar point actually.
Yeah.
Done with Buddhya. Vyavasaya. And that is Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi sadhana bhuta va. buddhi sadhana bhutava, or it leads one to buddhi. It is the means of attaining to buddhi yoga.
So in that sense, jnana yoga.
Yes. अथवा बुद्धि का साधनभूत होने से कर्म में बुद्धि योग है. Yeah. So when one performs karma yoga with knowledge, so basically it leads one to jnana yoga, that is referred here as buddhi. Va tasmat sakashat anyat kamyam karma. Tasmat sakashat, in front of that, such buddhya kama yoga, karma yoga, in front of such karma yoga, which is buddhi yoga in one sense, anyat kamyam karma, all other desirable, but yeah, such activities, durena avaram atyantam apakrishtam. They are atyantam,
Completely
apakrishtam, completely, and apakrishtam is nikrishtam.
away, right? Rejected.
Oh, yeah. They are removed.
Inferior, I guess is
Inferior.
good.
Yeah. Apakrishtam or nikrishtam. He yasmadevam tasmad buddha. What was the second line? Buddha sharanam anvicha.
Yeah. Buddha
Where is
Sharanam Anvicha.
where is he? Buddhi yoga. Oh, he avaram karma. Okay. So he yasmadevam tasmad buddha पाप निवृत्ति द्वारा ज्ञाने शरणम आश्रम कर्म योगम अन्विच्छ अनुतिष्ठ. So he yasmat evam. He is like because yasmat evam, because it is like this. Therefore, tasmat buddha, which means papa nivritti dvara jnane.
In jnana, through the means of stopping of sin.
Nivritti is not stopping. I think nivritti
Isn't it? Pravritti and nivritti.
Means stopping would be like we are stopping and removing are two different things, no?
Yeah.
Like we have already incurred papa and we are eradicating or removing it now. And stopping is we have not yet incurred the sins. So I think that's removal, nivritti.
Okay.
So Buddha papa nivritti dvara jnane. So in knowledge, in jnana, which is caused by papa nivritti. Sharanam ashrayam karma yogam anvichya anutishta. So you should be situated, or you should, anvichya is like desire for or go after karma yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should seek karma yoga. Yeah, you should seek the shelter of karma yoga. You should resort to karma yoga. Situated in jnana.
So this vyavasayatmika buddhi, performing karma yoga with the disposition towards
basically
the higher goal rather than the kamya karma.
Yes. So this stage is above kamya karma stage, the normal.
Yeah.
It's a kama karma stage.
Because we were reading yesterday that if you have desires, you'll get whatever you desire. So you need the vyavasayatmika buddhi to strive for the right thing.
So yadva buddhau sharanam trataram buddhau ishwaram ashrayatyartha, or else you should seek shelter of the Lord Ishwaram, who is the protector, Trataram, in your intelligence. Like Can you
Yeah.
tell this like you should be uh, how would you say? You should be convinced,
Mm.
like that. Buddha. Because if we use Buddha as a locative there, literally, then that won't make sense. Or even though we can say like that also, that you should take shelter of Lord in
Yeah,
your
in
mind,
your intelligence, in the
in your time.
consciousness.
Yeah, we can say like that also. That's also.
Yeah.
Iti artha. Because nishchayatmika buddhi, nishchayas are taken in buddhi.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. फल प्रयोजक हेतु हेतवः तु स कामा नराः कृपणाः दीनाः.
Mm.
This is interesting. Those people who are sakami, thereafter, sakam, with a desire, they are phala prayojaka hetavah, and their cause phala prayojaka hetavah. Hmm. How would you say that?
Yasya
Prayojaka.
hetu impeller or causing, one who causes.
But hetu also is cause.
Yeah.
Hmm. Prayojaka. Sakam. Basically, Nara is the Visheshya here, and everything else is Visheshya.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if we see from that point of view, Phala Prayojaka Hetavaha. Phalaha? No. How is it Prayojaka Hetavaha? Phala Prayojaka.
In the verse, I was thinking if you take prayojika out of it, palebhyaha hate hetun, or not hetun, it would be
Actually, Heto
hetavaha.
Shashti. Phalasya Heto. Or Phalanam Heto.
Well, I was thinking in terms of a bahuvrihi, if we say
Uh-huh.
palebhyaha hetavaha yasya,
How would you say that in English? Phalebhya.
one whose cause is the fruits. So they're called, just like we were reading before with the palahetu bu. What was it? Karma palahetu. Those whose cause to action is the fruits. Those whose cause for action. What was it? Pravritti hetu. Those whose cause for action is the fruits of karma. So similarly here, palahetu. Those whose cause to action is the fruits.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's taking pala and prayojika as like a karmadharya within the thing, within the samasa. So the pala is the prayojika. It's
Impeller.
impelling, and that is the cause. Because it's basically, it has to be a bahuvrihi, right? Because it's hetavaha and
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's on naraha.
So
So it's those whose,
Phala is the Prayojaka,
yeah, I think
and
so.
then
Pala is the prayojika, and the pala as the prayojika is the cause of the nara's actions.
in Hindi it says फल ही जिनको कर्म करने का हेतु है, which sounds same actually, which means fruits which uh, causes one to engage in the karmas. So phala which causes hetava Want to
Maybe it's
engage.
prayojika hetu. So the pala is the cause of him becoming a prayojika, of an engager or of an instigator in the action.
Yeah. Pala prajika hetu.
So the pala is the hetu, and the type of thing that's caused is him being a prayojika. So the pala is the prayojika hetu. So it's like a karma dharya between pala and hetu. And prayojika, I don't know what case you would, if you just broke prayojika hetu, how would you put that in a Vigraha Vakya? Just prayojikasya hetu? Shashti?
See, prayojika is like
It would feel nicer if it was in one of these abstract taditas like prayojikatva hetu. That would make more sense to me. You know,
yeah.
the cause of his being an impeller. Phala prayojikatva hetu. But I guess it also works this way.
I'll ponder upon this in my chanting. When I get something very difficult, I simply meditate upon it during my chanting time.
That works a lot.
And
I've done
actually,
that before
yeah.
too. All of a sudden,
Although
you
I don't
think about
encourage
it,
it,
and then you stop, and then 10 minutes later, you're like, "Oh, that's what it is."
yeah.
Yeah, it
So,
works.
although I do not encourage it to myself, but it really works like a wonder to me.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you can't get it out of your head, so whether you want to do it or not,
Yeah. So
and
it's
then it
out of
just
the head when
works.
it's resolved.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll ponder upon this word during my chanting.
Mm.
Palaprajaka Prayojaka Hetava. I know one devotee who does extra chanting for such things.
That's nice.
Means because he's not understanding few points, so he will chant and he will meditate upon those points, and
Mm,
points become clearer to him.
mm,
So basically, he was my one of my authority, and he was quite strict in his chanting, as at least the 16 rounds. So, and he wouldn't talk to anyone or do something else like. So one day he
mm,
was chanting his extra rounds, and he was studying from his laptop some commentary something. And I immediately just stepped in his office and saw him chanting and doing reading. And suddenly he was like, "No, no, no! I have finished my 16 round. This is my extra round, so don't take it otherwise."
mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think you got the point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so Kama, Naraha. So such people, they are Kripana. So because whose cause, such people are Kripana because they are engaged with the cause of attaining the fruits. I'm like breaking Phalapurusika again. So, and they are Dina. Dina is like Dina,
Low, right? Fallen.
fallen. Interesting. Depressed, affected, sad, miserable. Distressed. That's it. Yeah, so he's old, whatever. Depressed. It's quite interesting that one who is Sakami, is also Kripana. That's understood, is Kripana, but he's also Dina. The Kamanas, the desires make us Dina.
Mm.
How would you understand?
Well, because they're stuck in that cycle, right? Just like we read in the previous verse. If you have these Swargadi Kamas, then you can't get out of that cycle. So you're just
And
stuck.
thus you come. Yeah.
And the Vedas just try to stop you from going further down until you realize that this isn't actually what I want. And you start to ask, is there something better? And you start to read the Vedas more.
Yova etat aksharam aviditva. Etat aksharam kim aksharam?
Brahma.
Aksharam iti kim?
Aksharam
Brahma. Aksharam Brahma. Yova etad aksharam aviditva, not knowing. Gargyah. No. Gargi asmat lokat praiti sa kripana. Oh, so this is definition of kripana.
Mm.
So one who leaves this planet without knowing the Akshara Brahma. So Gargi's Sambodhana looks like. Oh Gargi.
Yeah.
Asmat Lokat Praiti. So one who leaves this
He
planet.
returns.
Yeah, one who goes from this planet. Pra eti. Eti gachati na tishtati. That pra eti. Praiti. Such a person is Kripana.
Yeah. So he goes around and around. So yeah, it's the same thing. He has the Swargadi Kamas and he leaves and comes back and leaves and comes back. He's stuck.
So Saha Kripana. Iti Shrute. Shruti Shastra.
Is it Eti has this Ang Adesha? Is it there or it's not? It's in Gatau, right? Eti is coming from in Gatau, right?
Yes.
Then there is a.
Is it? There's also an A, right?
Dhaturantasya Govinda Pratyay eti and then prayukta eti.
Oh, there is no Ang Adesha. There is, we studied in Ang.
No, not any.
So what is that, Prabhuji? Ang Adesha. There is one example there also Eti comes, right?
Where?
I would have to actually open and see. There is one
Angadesha is.
Let me just open it. Oh my God, it deleted something.
What is that? Angadesha Nimitavad Pada Nimitavad Vaktavyaha? Is that sutra you're thinking about?
Yes, Prabhuji.
That would make it Preti instead of Praiti.
Hey, that's what
if it was the case. But this is Praiti. This is Pra.
Oh, that is
A.
Okay, Ihi. Okay. Yeah, makes
sense.
sense.
What is the sutra, Prabhu, you said?
I can't remember the first word.
54.
Yeah.
54 from Akhyata?
No.
Samgya or Sandhi.
Oh. So yeah, this is Praiti. Iti Shrute. Buddhi Yoga Yukta tu Shrestha iti aha. So Buddhi Yoga Yukta is Shrestha. So Krishna is saying Buddhi Yukto Jahati. Oha kya age? Jahati. How come Jai is there? Jahati. Okay. Buddhi Yukta Jahati Ubhe Sukrita Dushkrite Tasmad Yogaya Yujyasva Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam.
Is it the intensive? I know there's
Which one?
this jahati. I know there's reduplication there when it's like saying that you're doing it like intensely or extremely.
No, that is what you're talking is uh, that is today only I was discussing that with year, starting with year.
I see.
Something. This is normal dhatu. It's just the way it's declined in that gana.
I see.
Yeah, I think second or the third one only. So sukritam swargadi prapakam, dushkritam nirayadi prapakam. Te ubhe sahatau. Is it? No. Sahatau is not that. It's
This is
Dvivachanam.
tate, yeah.
Tatte.
Tate tani.
Te ubhe iha eva janmani asmin eva janmani iti api
In this birth.
वक्तव्यम परम ईश्वर प्रसादेन जहाति त्यजति. Sukritam means those which those actions or those fruits or results which lead one to swargadi. Prapakam is which lead one to. Dushkritam which lead one to niraya adi. Niraya means hell.
Hell.
Te ubhe iha eva janmani parama ishvara prasadena jahati tyajati. So by the mercy of Parameshwara, or prasada also means prasadas prasannata, by the pleasure of Parameshwara, one can give up both the sukritam and dushkritam in this very life. So this is also a very nice point. Sometimes when we say punya in Gaudiya Vaishnava, among Gaudiya Vaishnavas, or especially in ISKCON, so we say no, punya is not what we want. We want sukriti. But if we say here sukriti, then it's synonymous to
Same
what
thing.
we understand as punya.
Yeah.
So yeah, so tasmad yogaya tadartham buddhi arthaya tadartham buddhi arthaya.
So
Tasmad yogaya is
Yogaya for yoga. Tadartham for that.
Yoga karma. Tasmad yogaya tadartham buddhi arthaya karma yogaya yujyasva ghatasva. So therefore, be engaged or ghatasva. Be occupied with, be busy with in karma yoga or for karma yoga.
Yeah.
Which is buddhi arthaya. Buddhi arthaya is for buddhi yoga. That's also tadartham tasmad yogaya. Tadartham is for that sake. Tasmad yogaya. Yatah karmasu yat kaushalam bandhakanam tesham ईश्वराराधनेन मोक्षपरत्व संपादन चातुर्यं स एव योगः. So yatah karmasu yat kaushalam, because whatever kaushal is there, whatever kaushal is there in performance of actions, that also leads one to bondage. No. Sorry. So it is referring to what is karmasu kaushalam. What is the art of performing the actions? So, what was the previous line? So the Kaushala is the art,
Yeah, expertise,
expertise, skills,
cleverness.
expertise. So such expertise in performing the karmas, bandhakanam api.
Yeah, I don't understand bandhakanamapi. But
Here
everything else makes sense.
it says bandhakanam means bandhakanam karmanam api. That if the karmas are performed with kaushala, with expertise, then even those binding karmas,
Oh, I see. Even
they,
if they're binding.
even if they are binding by nature, by default, tesham ishvara aradhanena moksha paratva sampadana chaturyam. So
Mm-hmm.
by worshipping the Lord, such binding karmas will lead one to liberation, moksha
Yeah.
paratva, and such kaushalam, such expertise, or with such cleverness, chaturyam, by which such sampadanam, by which it is established or done or executed.
Oh, yeah.
So that is yoga. That is known as
Mm.
yoga. So eva
That
yoga.
chaturyam is known as yoga.
कर्मणा मोक्ष साधनत्व प्रकारम आह. So now how the karmas can be means to liberation is being said, and their prakaram is kinds of means
Yeah.
are being told here.
The division.
The divisions. कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः जन्म बंध विनिर्मुक्ताः पदं गच्छन्त्यनामयम्. What is anamayam? Gachanti anamayam.
It means blemishless. Amaya means sick, and anamaya means not sick, not diseased. There's a lot of commentary on this word, I remember, from different commentators. Somebody glosses it as Vaikunta, Gacchantyanam. I think Baladev Vidyabhushanam glosses it as Vaikunta.
Amen. Amen. So कर्मजं फलं त्यक्त्वा केवलम् ईश्वर आराधनार्थं कर्म कुर्वाणा मनीषिणः ज्ञानिनः भूत्वा जन्मरूपेण बन्धेन विनिर्मुक्ता सन्तः. So giving up fruits born of karma actions or performed or executed actions. Kevalam Ishwar Aradhanartham Karma Kurvana Manishina. And those jnanis, those manishi who perform the karmas, the actions only for the sake of Ishvara only.
Yeah.
Bhutva, being in that position, Janma Rupena Bandhena Vinirmukta. They are liberated or freed from bondage in the which is in the form of birth.
Mm.
Santaha, being in that position, Santaha, Santaha. Anamayam Sarva Upadrava Rahitam. They are devoid of all kinds of Upadrava. Upadrava is like
Affliction, difficulty.
Yeah, misery, difficulties,
Yeah.
misfortunes, calamities, or whatever. Vishnu Padam Mokshakhyam Gachanti, and they achieve or they go to Lord Vishnu's abode, literally Padam, known as liberation, moksha. Or Padam is also like a platform or a state. Or also Padam is known as abode. Padam.
Yeah, I think abode fits pretty well.
So here, the Sridhara Swami is taking Jnanis as bhaktas, huh? He says Ishvara Kevalam Ishvara Aradhana.
That's what I'm saying. All through these chapters, he really just equivocates the whole thing to bhakti. You see, it's a nice precedent for the way Srila Prabhupada speaks. Just to see that also the way Srila Prabhupada, translated very heavily in that direction, has some precedent in an acharya that came before him.
I see. He's explicitly stating all these things here.
Yeah, because he's not saying like, oh no, these are jnanis and they want moksha in the form of Brahmananda. He's like, nope, it's Vishnu. They're going to Vishnu Pada. It's like, it's cool. Because people criticize Srila Prabhupada. They criticize Srila Prabhupada for that, for making it look muddy and not being like honest, so to speak. Because other acharyas and other sampradayas, they say like this, that this is for the jnanis who are aspiring for this thing, the karma yogis.
We have both types of interpretations in our sampradaya.
Yeah.
Kada tat padam aham prapsyami. When will I attain that padam, that abode, that state, platform, situation?
Question.
Please.
So in the previous page, there is the Ghataswa, we read, right? That is Dhatra Pratyaya, right? Swa.
Yeah.
How come there is Yak Krishna Dhatake that is missing and...
No, that's not there in the Vidatri, is it?
It's there, right? Yak Krishna.
Yeah, it's in Vidatri, Ghataswa. So it is 1 minute.
No, because you also have you say Bhavaswa. No, you don't say swa there. You say
actually
you say right. Bhuyaswa.
Bhuyaswa. So Ghataswa is Prabhu, this is Vadi. 1 minute.
Yeah, maybe it's not Padigana.
Means some dhatus, they are Ubhayapadi dhatus. So
this is Bhuvadigana Atmanepade.
Yeah, it's still an Atmapada Pratyaya, right?
Yeah, it's Atmapada Pratyaya.
And it's in Karmani.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just...
Oh no, it's not in Karmani. It's in that's why, because it's not in. It's in Atmapada. It's Atmapada Pratyaya because it's in Atmanepada. It's not Padapada. It's not a Padapada Dhatu.
Right.
It's an Atmapada Dhatu. So we don't add ya.
Oh, we don't add ya? Why?
No, because it's not in Bhava or Karmani Prayoga. Yeah, it's in Kartari Prayoga still.
So then the question is, for the Atma Pada Dhatus, Bhava Karmana, then in that case we will use the Yak, but we will use the same Pratyaya, Atma Pada, is it?
Yeah, we won't use Yak. That will come later. Right now we're doing the Pada Pada Prakriya. But there's an Atma Pada Prakriya also.
I see. So here then it should be Shapu Krishna Dhatuke, right?
Yeah, and so Gataswa, it's Gat Swa. So Shap is there. Because Gat is the Dhatu. And then and then Swa.
I see.
So iti apekshayam aha yada iti dvaprayam. So Krishna is saying these two shlokas in response to that. So yada te moha kalilam buddhir gati prishyati tada ganta asi or gantasi tataro tasi.
Yeah, this is
Tasi.
Balaka.
Tasi is also there, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tasi,
Tada-
tasi, tasa. Yeah.
Yeah. Tadagantāsi nirvedam shrotavyasya shrutasya cha. Moha deyahadi shu atma buddhi. Moha means identifying. Atma buddhi is how would you say atma buddhi?
Atma Buddhi. The disposition
Identifying
of the self in the
in
as the body, etc.
Atma buddhi. Tadeva kalilam. Tadeva kalilam. Kalilam gahanam viduhu. Kalilam is gahanam.
So that is Degadishu Atma Buddhi, right?
Yeah. Basically, Dehatma Buddhi. Dehadishu. So, Tadeva Kalilam, that is Kalilam, which means Gahanam.
Like difficult to understand.
It's like covered up. No, it covers up our identity and our knowledge. Gahan means, Gahana Vana, very thick, intense.
Yeah, yeah.
That is the meaning.
Difficult to get into. Yeah.
So, yeah. So, Kalilam Gahanam Viduhu iti Abhidhana Kosha Smrite. And from Abhidhana Kosha, from the dictionaries, this Kalilam iti Gahanam Vidu, it is known like that. Gahana means thick, dense. Tat Tatascha ayam artha. So, therefore, this is the meaning. Evam Parama Ishvara Aradhane Kriyamani Yeda Tat Prasadena Tava Buddhi Dehaviman Lakshanam Mohamayam Gahanam Durgam Visheshena Atitarishyati. That in this way, Evam, when you will perform Aradhana unto Parameshwara, Yada, when you will perform, Tat Prasadena, by his mercy, Parameshwarasya Prasadena, Tava Buddhi, your Buddhi, which is Deha Vimana Lakshanam Moha Mayam Gahanam Durgam, which is covered by a dense dense moha attachment.
Yeah, which is
Symbolized by Abhiman into Deha. Identification with the Deha, with the body.
Yeah.
So such a covered buddhi, how would you use Durgam with this? Gahanam Durgam.
Difficult, just difficult, like difficult to cross, difficult to get through.
Yes.
Impenetrable, right? It's like a fortress.
Yes. So by Tat Prasadena Eva, by Krishna's Parameshwara's Prasada Eva, Prasad, can such covered buddhi be Visheshena Atitarishyati, can be delivered,
Will be crossed, right?
Yeah, crossed, delivered, Visheshena.
Nicely.
I didn't want to say that nicely.
It's the easy way out.
But what else to say? Nicely, completely.
Excellently, you could say.
Completely, actually.
Or completely.
Yeah, completely. Excellent.
Or maybe easily, but I guess that would be Su. Su would be more applicable. Sushtu. Atitarishati.
Yeah. Sushtu Rupena.
Yeah.
Visheshena.
Why it is not in a special way? Instead, you are taking it like nicely, completely.
Yeah, in a special way. But what's the meaning of that? You know?
Like it is special in the sense not normal people will get through that like that, right?
So like nicely. If something is nice, it's better than average, right? So it's like above average in a way that is not normal. Visheshena.
I see.
So, yeah, Visheshana, Shesha, because the Shesha. We can play with this word Vishesha also. Shesha means something which is remaining, reminder, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Vishesha means Vigata Shesha, when nothing is remaining.
Mm. So
So,
completely, like you said.
yeah, completely.
Visheshena. Yeah. Visheshenati Terishati.
I proved it.
Harivo.
So,
That's
Visheshana
good.
Vidarisha. तदा श्रोतव्यस्य श्रुतस्य च श्रोतव्यस्य श्रोतव्यस्य is श्रुतस्य.
What should be heard
Yeah, what should be
and what
heard?
has been heard. Shrutasya.
Yeah, actually. What to be heard and what has been heard. Cha arthasya nirvenam vairagyam gantasi prapsyasi.
Mm. You'll become detached. You'll attain detachment from the things that you've heard and everything that you will hear.
Arthasya nirvenam. But why is Krishna saying like this? Shrotavyasya shrutasya. That he will become detached to whatever he has heard and whatever has to be heard.
Yeah, this is a common thing, right? I
I'm
think
sorry?
Isn't the implication because he's crossed over the Kalila, the Moha Kalila, so now he has some direct experience. So he no longer needs direction.
oh, this verse comes also in the second chapter, right? Chitta Pragya, when it defines is beyond the what is heard and what is to be heard. So,
What is
mm,
this is
yeah, it is 52, text 52 of second
52.
chapter.
When your intelligence has passed out of the dense forest of illusion, you shall become indifferent to all that has been heard and all that is to be heard.
Yeah, that's the verse we're reading. Yeah.
Oh, that's the verse
Yeah.
we are reading.
Yeah, we're in the second chapter.
I thought we are in third chapter somehow.
No.
No. Oh, we are on second chapter, bro.
Second chapter. Sorry, bro. I was thinking all the way
Yeah,
third.
I was
congratulations.
thinking, I was like, I think it only comes in one place, but when you said back in second chapter, I was also thinking, oh, maybe we're in some other chapter right now.
So yeah. What is that? How do you say repetition in Sanskrit?
Something like Punarukti.
Punarukti.
That's there, yeah.
So Punarukti na dosha. Bhavatah. Tayo anupadeyattvena. Wow. Upadeya anupadeya. तयोः अनुपादेयत्वेन जिज्ञासां न करिष्यसि इति अर्थः. So upadeya means something which is acceptable, something which is not to be refused, which means anupadeya means to be refused, which is of no use.
Something which is unacceptable.
Unacceptable. So because of their being unacceptable, you will not inquire about that. Jigyasam na karishyasi iti artha. So basically, you will realize the anupadayatva at that point of time. Because before reaching that platform, it is considered upadaya.
Upadi.
upadaya, which means useful, acceptable.
Yeah.
But when one goes beyond that, moha kalilam, as it is said.
Prabhu, it is nothing to do with upadhi. Like
No, that's
No.
upadhi.
That is
That's dhi. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So, yeah, like that. So when one crosses over this moha kalilam, when one's buddhi crosses over moha kalilam, then it's no more upadaya. Whatever is mentioned in the, basically it's the pushpitam vacham ityadi.
Yeah. Because before people, this one says this, and this one says this, and this one
Yeah.
says go this way.
That you drink soma and you will become eternal, and like
Yeah.
so, he will understand the anupadaya. Basically, the point is, uh, Atma, what was that? Deha Abhimana, Dehatma Buddhi, Deheshu Atma Buddhi. When the point, until one is in that mood, in that Abhiman of being the body, everything like this will be Upadaya, will be considered fine and acceptable. But after that, it's Anupadaya. This is 53. How many shlokas are there in this chapter?
72 or 74, something like that.
It means 19 or 20 shlokas left. Huh? I wish to complete this chapter.
I thought
53.
third chapter, bro. Second chapter is going on forever, it looks like.
19 shlokas. We'll try our best to complete in 2 days. Let's see. Okay. Stop here.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Bruce. Thank you. This was really nice today.